Thank you for our sponsors for lunch. I appreciate that. Also, this great facility. It's my first time at Avor. It's a great building location. I mean, I wish we had the hills in Dallas, but we don't. Yeah, so just kind of recap, what Calvin and I created together, but it's not just our network, it's all of ours. And, what we, like I said earlier on, was creating a real estate club of entrepreneurs coming together, bringing around the round table. So I'm glad that we have round tables. So during lunch, you guys were talking, networking, and just everyone can provide something. As an independent broker in the past and a franchise owner also of two brands before, I just couldn't find something where I could really pour into the team, right? My agents were always my agents. They would never become a partner unless my other partners would allow them to come in to provide more. But when I asked my top producers, hey, can you help us train, do some stuff? I don't have time because they don't have that ownership. So by coming to this platform, I was like, well, we are all owners of this network together, of a platform, right? Because of our founder, Glenn Sanford. Tom will kind of go into that, what this company is about. But as our network is pretty unique because we do have the commercial component. Cal and I are both on the EXP commercial. I do have a residential group in our organization. I also have resi commercial. So I think the uniqueness is combining that middle ground of agents that are doing residential. They may transition full-time commercial in the future, but they need that stepping stone of getting, doing both. So we have that in our network, and that's a pretty strong group in what they're doing. And before I let Calvin speak, creating a legacy for my kids. They're going to inherit assets. Earlier I think I mentioned we have about 50 properties, small retail centers that we own about 1 million square feet. But they're going to inherit that one day, but they can gamble it away. I can't control that when I'm not here. But imagine if we're able to create a network of people, and I call them uncles and aunties, right? You guys are of that group, and if you guys have children, hopefully you're plugging your children into real estate, understanding how to manage assets and things like that. That is what I want my kids to be part of, and hopefully they'll inherit that by being part of a club like what we're creating. So that is what my why I wake up every morning to push this, to continue to grow. We started with 3 people a little less than 3 years ago. We're about 170 plus people in our organization in multiple states as well. Partnered up with Tom Trong, and our sponsor is Jim Wong, our current EXP commercial president. So understanding I have the opportunity to partner with Debbie and Calvin and Daniel and Tom and James Wong, our president, and also connect with James's organization because James is growing, and that's why Keith is here supporting as well. Keith is not in, if you understand EXP's model, we have a rev share organization. Keith and I are not in our direct branch. We're in the same tree, but we're all shareholders of the company. So you understand that we all own part of a company together. We want the company to do well. So that changes the whole dynamics of being a franchise owner, because he was a franchise owner. We helped each other as brokers, things like that, because we just like helping, but there's no financial tie together because we were all independently owned and operated. That is the traditional model, and Tom's going to share. Calvin, what is your why? Besides me pushing you, come on, partner.
The why. My why. Of course, the why is, for those that are married, the why is providing to the family, right? Once you provide to the family, and what's the next thing is community, right? Your community, giving back to your community. And then once you fulfill that, it's then trying to create a legacy for the next generation in your family. But really, I want to touch on the platform itself. Most of you guys are already in the EXP platform, but for those that you are already in it, you see how powerful it really designed for all sorts of entrepreneurs. Like if the entrepreneurs that are really just want to focus on transactions, they can really thrive and be very successful in this platform. If you just want to focus on transaction, good. We have all the tools, we have all the trainings, and then for those that want to also focus on transactions plus want to do more, growing that team, not just locally, right? Because our Texas license, most of you guys are in Texas, you can only do deals in Texas. That's the limitation. But in this platform, it basically is borderless. You can do deals in all 50 states because it's a one company, one corporation. And the next thing is what makes EXP even different is EXP Commercial enhance the EXP Realty side of business. It's a two separate company, but under one corporation. It does enhance the EXP Realty side. It provides more opportunity for EXP Realty residential agents because without this EXP Commercial platform, EXP residential agents, as far as I know, a lot of people struggle to find a commercial partners because other firms, they don't really want to coach or train or give out their time to train resident agents. But with this EXP Commercial platform, it does enhance because we are collaborating. We truly collaboration because each and every one of us are shareholders of the company. So that makes a lot of difference when each and every stakeholders or agents in the company, when you are an owner, psychology thinks differently. You want your company to do well because you own a partner company. That little psychology effect does turn into a big effect on the agent itself. And that's why we are collaborating so much. Part of it is we're making more money, we're making more deals, and we're making more friendships in different parts of town. I mean, with Tom is traveling. I mean, this morning I had a quick chat with him. I said, okay, after this, where are you going to fly to? So he's going to fly into Europe where he hasn't met his tier 5. So he goes down to 7 level. He hasn't met his tier 5 agents. But because of this platform, it gives him a reason when he travels to go meet and talk to those persons. I mean, how cool is that? Versus like before when we were like an independent brokerage, I mean, when we travel to Europe, like there's no one that we know. But now with this truly global company, agent-centric, agent-owned company, gives you a reason to go and connect. And same thing for them too, the other side, because they are also part of owner part of the company. They're like, oh, come visit me. Everyone is like more, have the open door. It's like, come visit me or I'll come visit you. It's just a truly, how do I say that? And the environment that's so cool. Like everyone is like so welcoming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a mission statement, up here as well in our growth. We have to have a vision, right? What is our network? What are we trying to do? We're trying to build that legacy, that wealth, and building a community together. It's not my community. It's not Calvin's community. It's really our community as we continue to grow. Next year, as it continues to grow, it may be at 300. It could be at 600. It's up to all the partners what they want to do. Carlos Coloma is a partner of ours. We have a lot of brokers. So what's unique is we're able to identify other independent brokers to partner up and come together. I don't run Carlos's company and his team, but he also doesn't run mine. But his group connects with us because I'm helping his team now. So there's a value added together where, him and his wife are running one thing and doing everything, and they're really happy to be part of this because they know that they can rely on other good partners. And not only with just me, their partners connect with other partners within this organization. So it's really eye-opening. I would never imagine this 3 years ago. So we continue to grow in Austin. When Debbie agreed to partner up with us, that was great. So our goal is to really find good partners with Debbie and everyone here. We also have affiliate partners, people who are EXP already that like our group and they want to continue that and have that relationship because referrals, right? And also learning from each other. So So I do have a lot of great friends in this company now that we share in R&D. We do R&D, which is rip off and duplicate from each other, which is great because I don't have to think of everything. It's not only ChatGPT we kind of get stuff from, but from people who are actually doing it. And I have a resource of leaders within the company that I can call or text right away and help with, like, hey, what are you doing for this? Or how are you managing your VAs? Oh, I have 5 VAs. They all get on a Zoom call from 9 to 5, and they're all working together. And if I want to hop on, my team wants to hop on, they're always there to support. And I was like, that's so cool that they're there right away. You don't have to wait. You can actually hop into Zoom. They're doing that. And I know Tom started doing that. I only have 1 VA, so I don't do that yet. But as we continue to grow, I mean, those are things that I never thought of, right? So by learning to do R&D, I think is important. And don't do it as a solo person. Learn from all these other leaders. And that's what I like about this. I do want to introduce Tom Trong. He's going to be our final guest speaker. He's one of my leader partners, our leader partner, and he's going to change it up a bit. From Houston yesterday, we have a great group in Houston that is growing over there. Austin is still at the beginning stages, so if you want to learn more, but Tom's going to kind of explain the platform, kind of share a little bit more, and I'm excited to have Tom come up. All right. And I'm going to give you.
Thank you.
I need to use this, right? Because we're live.
Let's do this really quick. All right,
Welcome to the world of eXp Realty, the future of real estate. At eXp Realty, we're revolutionizing the way agents connect, collaborate, and succeed. We've built a global community of agents who work together in a virtual, immersive workplace, uniquely headquartered in the metaverse, truly revolutionizing the real estate landscape. At eXp Realty, we believe that the future of real estate is digital. We're leading the charge in that direction on a global scale. But eXp Realty isn't just about the technology. We believe in fostering a strong sense of collaboration and community. And as an agent-owned company, we offer an unparalleled opportunity to grow, succeed, and build generational wealth like never before. Our revenue sharing program allows agents to earn additional income by attracting agents to the eXp Realty family. We also offer equity opportunities in the form of stock shares purchased at a discounted rate or earned through benchmark achievements. Whether you're an experienced agent looking for a dynamic and supportive community or someone considering a career in real estate, eXp Realty is the place where agents succeed together. Welcome to the future of real estate. Welcome to eXp Realty.
We're going to get them to change that to include EXP commercial and luxury and Volvo as well. Want to show the other video from yesterday about the Texas dash cam?
Okay.
So that's the professionally edited version. Here's the Texas dash version. Bucky's, I love Bucky's.
To the Texas dash, we go from Dallas to Austin to San Antonio to Houston to help real estate agents grow their business. This is the Texas dash. So fired up. We just finished our first event. They go along the road in a big ass van. That one right there. And go to the next city. Watch us as we do the Texas dash.
All right, there you go. That's our version. How come this thing's not working? Hello, 1, 2, 3. All right, I have the clicker, please. All right, guys. 18 years in the business. I'm fired up about this business. This is my second career. First career was I worked in the insurance world, publicly traded insurance, climbed the corporate ladder literally from the mailroom all the way to the second corner office. As a chief financial officer for a company called Arthur J. Gallagher, ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange, AJG. When I started with them straight out of college, they were the 13th largest in the United States. And then when I finished with them 13 years later, they were the 3rd largest in the world, and I was one of 6 chief financial officers. That was my first life. Crunching numbers, helping the company grow through mergers and acquisitions. I left that business very quickly. I left that business after 13 years because my final job was, I was the ads man. The more people, after we acquired an agency, we brought them in, and it was my job to go in and find economies of scale. Where can we cut? We don't need 2 receptionists. Actually, we don't even need a receptionist anymore at all because we have an answering machine, right? We no longer need a package delivery boy because we have FedEx. And the more people I cut, the bigger my bonus was at the end of the year. And the more people I let go, downsized, right-sized, fired, without getting sued, the better I climbed the corporate ladder. That was my world. That was the Wolf of Wall Street, or whatever. I loved it for a while until one day, I went to my boss's house, and I live in Boston. We drove up 2.5 hours to New Hampshire, and we walked into this office with about 40 insurance agents, and we were buying his company. So we walked into George's office. George is sitting there behind his beautiful teak desk, and my boss, Dick, gives him a check for $2 million. George, thank you very much. You're selling your insurance brokerage to us today. All you have to stick around for the next 2 years to make sure you help us keep about 80% or more of the clients, as long as they renew their insurance policies with us. Tom will come back and give you another $500,000 check. You would have earned your earn-out. Your job now is just to wine and dine and help transition your lifetime relationships over to our new sales force so you can retire and sail off to the sunset. George was happy. He and Dick went out to the golf course. I went over to Peter's office and listened to the phone. I sit down with Peter, and instead of handing him a $2 million check, I hand him a pink slip. George, today's the last day, George. I'm sorry we don't need you anymore. We're going to pay you for the next 2 months. We're going to cover your health insurance for the next 6 months. And you don't have to work anymore. As a matter of fact, after this conversation, I'm going to walk out to my car. I'm going to bring back a couple of banker's boxes. I'm going to help you pack your office. Take down your wife's pictures, your kids' pictures. Take all your belongings, all your awards. I'm going to walk you out the door. Don't worry, we'll pay you for the next 2 months. And if you can't find a job, you can be filed for, unemployment benefits. That was my job. Starts to weep. This man, in his beautiful suit, his crisp white shirt, his beautiful tie, is soaked with his tears. I'll never forget his teardrops bouncing off that teak table and telling me, Tom, what am I going to do? I've given my life to him. You just handed him a $2 million check. You gave me a 2-month severance. What am I going to do now? My wife is at home. She's raised 2 girls, put them through college. One is on their way. How am I going to find another job at 53 years old? I gave my whole life to this company. Now you give me 2 months. Yeah. Why do I tell you that story? Because that's the night I went home and I said, I'm done building someone else's dream. Because one day I'm going to go from 33 years old to 53-year-olds, and some young buck is going to come and eat my lunch and send me home. Right? We are all in real estate entrepreneurs, aren't we? We eat what we kill, right? And so for the past 18 years, that's what I've done. I've eaten what I kill. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it gets really hard. This is the current market right here. According to the National Association of Realtors, from 2020 to 2021, we had a good year. Inventory was up, home sales prices peaked in 2021. But look what happened in 2022, it decreased. Decreased by about, more than 1 million homes went down in transaction volume. Did you see that? And then look what happened again this year, down another 18%. So the question for you is, as real estate professionals, what are you doing about it? Or if you're with a brokerage, if you're a broker owner of your own firm, what are you doing about it? And if you work for a brokerage, what is your brokerage doing about it? To help you combat this reduction in transaction volume. We are now down to 4.2 million from an all-time high of 6.1 million in closings. Just 2 short years, ladies and gentlemen. Ask yourself, what are you doing about it? What is your platform doing to combat all that? Okay? And I think after 18 years in business, this is what you should be thinking about. You should be thinking about, okay, where do I get leads? And they are, I just looked up a report, okay? I had numbers wrong yesterday, so those who listened to me yesterday was a little bit off. But for the past 6 months, you guys know that 60,000 agents have left the business according to the National Association of Realtors. 60,000 in the last 6 months. Okay? We used to have 1.6 million licensed real estate professionals, and now there's 1,530,000 licensed professionals who are paying their NAR dues. So they're leaving the business. Is that good news or bad news? It's bad news if you don't have a way to access leads. It's bad news if you don't have someone in your agency or have access to the right training to grab those 68,000 agents have left behind. Because that's an opportunity for me. Is it an opportunity for you? Right? There's 60,000 agents who have a database, who have a sphere of influence, who used to maybe have people on drip campaigns, who used to drop off apple pies and thank you cards and anniversary cards. And now they don't do anymore because they just left the business. That's for us, for the taking. It's not there for us for the taking, right? Do you have the tools? Do you have the lead generation system? Do you have a consumer relationship management system? Do you have the support to help you build your business? Do you have a good compensation plan? Because when our pockets get thinner and the belts get tightened, all of us need to find more way to make more money or keep more of what we work so hard to get. Keep more of what we hard to get. And then you ask yourself, like, George was the owner, and it was actually Peter who I gave that check to. You know, Peter never owned his insurance company that I gave his whole life to. He had zero equity. I don't think George gave him any cut of that $2 million check. So if you're independent contractors, ask yourself this question: how much equity do I own in my own brokerage? And if my brokerage were to get bought out by Amazon, what's my piece of the pie? So you ask yourself that question, right? So whose future are you building? Right? 2009, Don Sanford, our leader, our brilliant man, came up with, he was selling about $60 million for real estate. He ran a real estate business out of Keller Williams, and he was paying 30, he's getting 30-70 split, right? He's paying the company 30% plus he paid 6% franchise fees. So he ended up keeping 64%, and he paid into the company 36%. He goes, wait a minute, 36%, I don't think that my team is getting the value back for the 36% that I'm paying. This franchise fee thing, this split thing, this is crazy. We go to the office and it's empty. The lights are on, but no one's around. The office is being air conditioned. Who's paying for that? You think the broker's paying for it, but it's my team who's paying for it because we're closing deals and giving them the money. He goes, you know, that's a better way, because if Netflix can do it, if they can put blockbusters out of business and delivering the same goods and services in a short 6 years, why can't a real estate platform do it? If Amazon can change the face of the retail industry, delivering goods and services directly to the consumer faster, cheaper, why can't a real estate brokerage do it? Real estate brokerages are burdened with debt, are burdened with overhead expenses, and they lack training, support, lead generation, ownership, healthcare, all that stuff. And he goes, I'm going to start my own company called the DXP. And he goes, you know, he told his whole team, everyone grab your laptop. We're not going to the office anymore. Everyone go home. We're going to work from home. This is before COVID. This is 2009. Everyone go home, and you know, there's technology out there that allows us to collaborate, that allows us to work together and still have a sense of community. And he found this company called Vivella. And Vivella back then was independently owned. developed by some computer science guys from Harvard, MIT, and University of San Diego. And they created this thing called Favela, and they allow people to go in and work in an environment and check into the office every day by logging into the computer and sitting there all day and working and having a sense of environment. And he goes, you know what? In addition to that, guess what? Sometimes we do need an office. We do need to meet our clients. They do want to see that we are professionals, that we have real bricks and mortar. So you sign the contract with Regis, the shared office space. Okay? And there's 3,000 locations across the world that you can log into, that you can use. Wherever you travel, I travel across the world now, and every time I need something, if there's not a Starbucks or a friend that I can pop into, I can pull up my app and go to Regis. Right? I didn't look at it today, but yesterday we were in Houston, and within a 7-mile radius of where we were meeting, there were 16 Regis office spaces that I can call my own. And Glenn goes, that's easy. We can solve the brick and mortar problem like that. And he goes, you know what? And we're going to run a company that's lean and mean. Lean and mean. Where the average agent out there under the Anywhere brand, which is C21, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's, they're all under that Villagey Anywhere brand, where the average expenses per transaction is reaching $9,000 per transaction. We have about $250 per transaction cost because we're so efficient. One brokerage under the sun. And because of all this savings, we can pass it back to the agents in higher commissions and better compensation, in more health benefits, in stock ownership and healthcare, and things like that. And guess what? It works. Today, that's our cost per transaction compared to our competitors. Compass is a high-tech company, and Compass's cost per transaction is over $8,000 per transaction. Ours is $250. Wow. God said we're going to build the most agent-centric brokerage on planet Earth. It's going to be cloud-based. It's got no territories. We're going to give you the best training, and coaching, and mentoring possible. As a matter of fact, we're going to go out and buy the largest franchise of self-development. Who knows what that is? Success. You guys heard of Success? The Success brand? Success magazine? Most of the famous coaches have been success coaches. We went out and we bought that whole franchise. 100-year-old franchise, and we're going to help our agents become better. We then launched Success Lending. We're launching Success Spaces to, hey, if we have 88,000 agents going around using the Regis space, why don't we have them join our own Success shared office space? And that's what we did too, okay? And all this money that we save, we're going to give it back in terms of great compensation. And then the last thing we're going to share with you is called revenue share. Okay, it's revolutionized this business. Okay? So let's get back to those 5 things. Leads was the first one of those things. I say to our team all the time, you are out of business if you don't have a prospect right now. When this meeting is over in 30 minutes, 35 minutes, if you don't have a prospect to call, if you don't have someone to follow up with, you're already out of business. You don't know it yet. You're going to be part of that 60,000 agents who's going to quit in the next 6 months. So leads is what keeps us alive. As soon as we have a closing and we don't have anything else under agreement, we're also going to be bankrupt 60 days later. Agents live paycheck to paycheck. Paycheck to paycheck. You eat what you kill. As soon as you close, you're broke again. Right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to solve that problem. You know, we're going to go to the marketplace, and we're going to find the best lead generation system out there. It might be Boomtown, it might be Salesforce, it might be Top Producer. We found and partnered with KB Core. KB Core normally will cost most of our competitors, our competitor friends, about $1,000 to get started, and $500 per month. That adds up to about $7,000 investment on an annual basis. My friends at Remax, Callaway, Troll, they use this, but they pay about $7,000 a month. And Glenn goes to KB Core and says, hey, we got 88,000 agents. And he negotiates a very deep discount, and it's all included for residential agents for $85 per month, all in, compared to $500 a month. Because when we go to KB Core, we say we've got 88,000 agents, we're going to guarantee you that many subscriptions each and every month. What kind of discount can you give us? Compared to the independent franchise owner who might have 30 agents or 40 agents, what kind of leverage do you think that 30-person office has when they negotiate a discount versus 88,000 versus 30. You understand? If you understand that psychology, it runs throughout our organization. Our commercial agents pay $250 per month. For that same $250 a month, the suite of tools that are provided would normally cost most agents $1,500 to $2,000. We do it at a fraction of the cost. Because we want to arm our agents with the best tools available to service their clients at the highest level. I'm going to pass the lead script. Here's what I promise you, whether you're on the residential side or on the commercial side. On the residential side, you'll get access to KV Core. If you learn this system, there's only about 21 tricks to generate leads. That's it, 21 tricks in KV Core. Invest an hour a day to learn a new trick every day and then execute. Over 3 weeks, you will learn every single trick possible, and you will generate more leads than you can ever humanly handle. When an agent quits our company, and I get a chance to speak with them when they pick up the phone, I ask them, why did you leave? Well, I don't have leads, I can't make money, I gotta go back and do my other job. I said, well, can you share with me your KV Core? They don't even know how to sign in. We give them the tools, we can lead them in the water, but if they don't drink, it's up to them. For our commercial partners, we have BuildUp, we have other lead generation systems that you can also use when you get a listing. You can syndicate it. If you don't have any listings, you can still take those listings and market it to earn the buyer agency side of the commission. Right? Because we're one broker to another side, and we have a very collaborative culture where we can share each other's listings and earn one side of the commission. Okay? Training, oh my goodness. What do agents need? The second thing, we're training. Boy, we're down 36% in transaction volume over the past 2 years. Who's training us to capture all of those leads that are all still out there that were abandoned by those 60,000 agents in the last 6 months? Who's giving you the training? Ask yourself that question. If you're working for a broker, your broker probably is doing well. Is your broker teaching you how to capture the leads, or is that broker actually competing with you for the same expired listings or canceled listings, or for selling on the listings? So you're working in a brokerage firm and your broker's competing with you for the same listing. He's not teaching you how to do it, right? We talk about all the time in the commercial world, the residential world, I live that world. We did the same, right? Until I found this platform. Training. Over 80 hours of live training by our top performers who's on the ground right now. Over 50 hours for residential agents, over 50 hours of live commercial training right now every week. So it's impossible for any agent who wants to make a run at this thing fail. I hear story after story after story of our agents. This came in Robbie Santos out of, he's in my level 5 or 6 down in Rhode Island. And his mom has been in the business for over 15 years. And he was invited to one of these lunches, and he came up to me afterwards. He goes, Tom, are you really sure that I can have more leads that I can handle? I don't have any experience at all. I said, Robbie, what did I say that you need to do before you have more leads you can handle? And he repeated, 21 days, an hour a day, I learn, I execute. In his first 9 months, he closed 14 transactions. Just with KV Core. He knew nobody. This kid, when he started with us, had long hair, a few ran, and he's a handsome-looking guy, right? But he just wasn't approachable. If you ran into a grocery store and he asked for your listing, there's no way in hell you're going to give him your listing. No way. And he's heard me say this, and he laughs, right? So you have more leads you can handle, and more training you can handle. How about having the ability of 11 hours of live support? 11 hours with 1,900 support staffers supporting agents in every single market. If you heard me speak earlier, I said, I don't care if my company's 3 letters or EXP. It could be KW, it could be C21, it could be whatever. If you give me the right platform, I'm loyal to my family. If you look at these slides, EXP is hardly there. Because if the next company comes along and does this better than me, I'm switching, I'm telling you. I've been in a room with Glenn Sanford, our founder, sit in the back room, I would say that. And Glenn would appreciate that because we have to stay agile. We always have to. If it's not broken, Glenn will say, if it's not broken, break it and make it better. And that's what we do every single day. We break it and make it better. Our support staff of 1,900 agents wake up each and every day, and their one mission every day is, how do I make Eric's life better today? That's their job. And if they lose sight of that, we replace them with somebody else with a better attitude. I've had the pleasure of replacing 3 state brokers and upgrade our state brokers who serve us better. And I love that, right? It's our company. Think about that. With your platform, you have the ability to hire and fire and upgrade the company's talent. I love that. Okay, community platform. We have, so there's this thing called Workplace. It's powered by Facebook. Most firms have access to it, they pay for it, and it's your Facebook within your community, within your company. There's hardly any politics, no cat videos, no infighting. It's all business. Look for what you need, get the training you want, get the tools, get the information you need, get in, get out. We're the largest user of Workplace by Facebook. Our agents give leads, give referrals, get training, give training, and it's all one collaborative culture, and it runs 24/7, it never sleeps. Okay? Market and branding. You know, I come across agents all the time who are struggling in the business. Tom, I did 18 deals last year, this year I'm only down to 10. I said, okay, well, you're a listing agent. So last year you listed 18, this year you only listed 10. Show me your listing presentation. Is it updated for 2023 or is it 2013? Because that's the listing presentation you've been using for 10 years. And lo and behold, most of them don't even have a listing presentation, then they wing it. They don't even have an updated listing presentation. And for those who do, it's 10 years old. Their picture is 10 years old. If you join this platform, guess what? Immediately you have access to over 5,000 marketing pieces. Residential, commercial, luxury, global. So you can plug in, pull down, customize for yourself, and off you go. If you get a call right now for a listing appointment in Austin, Texas at 5 p.m. today, and you have no idea what this market is doing, you can log into KV Core and run a market report, and within 10 minutes, they'll tell you what is happening in the Austin market for the past 30 days. Is inventory up or down? Is prices of houses up or down? What's the average square footage? All available to you. And you can print it out, and you can save it on your cell phone, and off you go to your listing appointment, and you're going to crush the competition because they don't have access to that information that fast and that accurate. That's the technology and the training that we have here, okay? SkySeal, that's a transaction management system. It's basically a filing cabinet on steroids. E-signatures all included in your monthly fee of $85 for residential agents and $250 for commercial agents. We pride ourselves of paying the agents at the closing table. Unheard of in the real estate industry. Most agents, when they get a closing, they chase the check for the next 3, 4, 5 days, sometimes weeks. For us, we know that money's good, it's escrowed, it's guaranteed. We'll pay you before it clears our bank account even. Is your brokerage doing that? Is your brokerage helping you in life by paying you fast? Okay? And it's working. What Glenn started years ago is totally working. The numbers don't lie. There's the transaction volume. Okay? As of 2022, EXP's transaction volume has skyrocketed. When everyone else, this is when interest rates started to go all the way up to 5, 6, 7%, and the volume across the country is down by other brokerages. Yet we're up. Because we have the training, the tools, the system, the support, the collaboration to help each of us thrive. For the last 5 years, we've 16x in transaction volume. People say, oh, you're just a recruiting company. Hell yeah, we recruit. We recruit talent. We recruit people who are closing 50 to 100 deals a year because we put more money in their pocket. And they can come around and hang around with the best of the industry and learn from each other to get even better. 16x, those are not my numbers, those are national numbers. Okay? That's what I'm fired up about, bringing the most newest agents into the industry because I know they have a much higher chance of success here, faster than anywhere else. For the past 5 years, if you were leveraging this platform like I am leveraging this platform, it would have been the equivalent of you having an average real estate agent salary of $50,000 per year to now $800,000 a year. And I stand here in front of you not to brag, not to impress you, but to impress upon you, this can be you too, because this is my story. My salary has increased over $1 million because of this platform per year. I can still travel the world and have a good time. It's like the equivalent of living in a 600 square foot studio apartment upgraded to 2,400 square feet in the last 5 years. It's the equivalent of doing 25,000 transactions for our company to 397,000 transactions per year. It's crazy. This is transaction volume change. You see all the brands? This is the numbers that people report. We grab whatever people can report, and there it is. No one is doing the volume that we are doing. There's the commission. 80-20 split. Unless you're a rookie. If you're a brand new agent, it's 60% for 3 transactions. After that, during that time, we hook you up with a local market mentor. You know, Keith is a commercial mentor. Many of us are commercial mentors. I'm a residential mentor. Right? Harold is a commercial mentor. So we hook you up. The commercial side is 50, commercial side is 50-50, and the residential side is 60-40. Okay. For 3 transactions, then you graduate, and then you go and graduate to 80% for the rest of the anniversary year. So in this marketplace, you sell about $2.7 million at 3% commission. You would have earned $80,000 in gross commission income. You pay the company 20% of that, $16,000. You then reach your cap. At a cap of 16, from there on, you go to 100% minus $250 transaction fee. And then we're going to get to the icon next. We have a couple icons in the room. But when you get started, it's just measly $149 to get started. That's it. Guys, when I opened up my 4 franchise offices, it was $25,000 for the pleasure of branding someone else's logo. And then I had to outfit my office and put the computers in, and then hire the trainers, and then beg my top producers to train, and they would always find a reason never to show up to train because they don't want to train their competition. So then I had to go out and get all the training myself because none of my top producers would train. Right? Here for $149 a month, to get started, you have $1 million business. You just open up and run with it to make $1 million. Monthly fee is just $85 a month. That includes that SkySlope thing, the transaction management, that includes the KV code, the lead generation system, so on and so forth. For our commercial friends, it's $250 per month. You get a whole different suite of tools to serve the commercial industry. And then per transaction on the resi side is just $250 and $40 per transaction fee. Okay? This is what really gets me excited, and we're going to end pretty soon. It has to do with agent equity, ownership, and revenue share. 5 ways to get ownership of this stock. The first way, close your first transaction each and every year, $200 worth of stock. If the stock is trading at about $19 or $20 right now, as soon as you close your first transaction, we give you 10 shares. 10 shares equals about $200. Congratulations, you're now an owner of a $2.3 billion value company. That's who we are now. Debt-free, liability-free. When you cap, you get another $400 worth of stock, another 20 shares in today's value. And every agent that you introduce this business to, when they close their first transaction, they get the $200 worth of stock, and we give you $400 worth of stock. You know what I did in my old agency, my old 4 offices? Eric, if you brought in Larry closed the transaction, I give you a $25 gift certificate to Starbucks. Thank you very much. I'm going to make money off Larry from now on. Make money off of Larry from now on. You won't get anything of it. That's what's going on my mind. But you get to go buy a couple of Starbucks cups on me. And I make money off of him for the rest of the time he's with me. That's how the rest of the world works in the brokerage world. Here we give you stock, and as the company goes up in value, so do you get rewarded. When I started the company, the stock was trading at $3 a share. It's now trading at $19 a share. That's a hell of a return on investment for a company, right? Icon agents. Icon agents is once you cap, On the residential side, you pay the company $16,000. Debbie Tran did that, and she closed another 20 transactions, and she gets her entire $16,000 back. High five, girl. We have another icon here. There was 7-time icon in the room, and he just took off. He just left.
You can't imagine what the stocks were 7 years ago.
7 years ago, his $16,000 has turned into about $250,000. I know that math. $250,000. Okay. We have an icon agent, Calvin Wong, sitting right there. Calvin sold 100,000 in GCI, paid the company 20%, 20 grand, closed another 20 transactions, or a total of $500,000 in sales volume. He already did the first 100, he just needed to do another 400, and reach 500,000, and we gave him his entire $20,000 back. Want to give us another testimony on that, my man?
Absolutely. So I think I'm the first culture icon. So basically, I rose over 500,000 in GCI. So the company gave back all my 20,000 that I put into the split in the stock. So when I got it, it was traded at close to $10. So my 20,000 right now become almost 40,000 today.
What company does that? Think about that. What company does that? Lucky for me, I saw that as the chief financial officer 5.5 years ago, and I understood. I understood that as companies grow, I can ride the wave with them and get rewarded for that. The fifth way is this guy, my favorite, because everybody can partake in that. Every closing that you close, instead of paying a franchisor 6% fees, 8% royalty fees. We don't have any royalty fees. So give yourself a raise then. Give yourself a 6%, 7%, 8% raise. Keep it in your pocket, take another vacation. Save it towards college. Or do what most of us do, take 5% of that, tuck it away and buy our stock at a 10% discount. I've done that for the past 5.5 years straight on every transaction. 5% goes in like clockwork. I don't miss it because I used to pay my franchisor 6.25%. Right? So over 5.5 years, I've put in about $55,000 of my own money to buy the stock at a 10% discount. If I pulled up and showed it to you now, it's probably worth $180,000. Just from the Internet Equity Program, just from selling houses. Okay? Incredible, life-changing. Every dollar that we take in under this platform, we pay back 91 cents. The commission rate, you just thought yourself, well, Tom, you just told me this split is 80%. Shouldn't that number be 80%? Yeah, it starts at 80, but then remember, we give you stock. For the icon agents, we give it all back. When you help agents, attract agents, productive agents to the company, we give you more. So every dollar that we take in, we only need 9 cents of it to operate at a very high profit margin. The rest goes back to us. Right? Not Glenn Sanford, us. I love that. Look at what everyone else is paying their agents. Compass, man, I wish Robert Refkin well, but it's not doing so well for him. His last quarterly report, he reported to the shareholders, pouncing his chest. Hey, we finally made money. And then when you read the fine print, the way we made money is we cut the commissions for our real estate agents. We cut their commissions. Guys, they're going backwards. They forget that the agents, you and me, are the ones who bring in the business. Without us, is there a real estate brokerage? Without us, is there a real estate industry? Hell no. Right? We just announced 3 different programs. I'll cover the 2 and 3 right now, and I'll cover the last program when I talk about revenue share, then I'm done. So we basically launched this program called Boost. Boost is for independent broker owners who have done about $100 million or more in gross commission sales, or 50 agents strong in the independent brokerage. And if they join us and they roll the whole brokerage in, for the first year, for up to a first year, we'll give every dollar that we take in back to the brokerage, back to the broker owner. to make his transition from his brokerage into EXP much smoother. So that's almost every 9 cents. All the 9 cents that the EXP gives back goes back to the brokerage. So we make no money off the first year. And that went really well. So then a few months later, we did this thing called Accelerate. And I'll explain that when I do rev share.
They just announced the first Boost brokerage.
First Boost brokerage was announced yesterday. The Bean Group, $1.5 billion in sales volume, up in my neck of the woods, up in Maine, over 20 independent offices, set his ego aside and rolled his whole brokerage into EXP platform because he knew that this platform would serve his clients, who are his agents of about 600, better than he could ever deliver value. That's a smart man. To put his ego aside, to roll it all into here. Very smart man. And he'll become very rich as a result of that too. Agent healthcare. According to the National Association of Realtors, we're in one of their buildings right now. A third of us don't have health insurance. Wow. 1/3 of us don't have health insurance. Isn't that crazy? EXP solves for that. My family's on the health insurance plan. Daniel, what are we doing with this thing? Just keep going back and forth. All right, my family's on the health insurance plan. We were paying about $12,000 a year. We were paying $24,000 a year, $2,000 a month. And when they launched EXP Agent Healthcare, we now pay $1,000 a month. We save $12,000 a year. And all 4 of our primary care physicians are in network. Our coverages were the same, if not better. Our deductibles were the same, if not lower. And we're the only brokerage that allows 88,000 agents to get access to healthcare, residential, commercial, and all. When I own my own brokerage, ask yourself this question: what is your broker doing in this environment to help you? When I own my own brokerage, I had health insurance. My wife had health insurance, and our 3 business partners and 1 office manager who's on a W-2 salary had health insurance. Because we can only buy for the employees of the company. Our agents were independent contractors, couldn't get health insurance. But somehow EXP figured out that it allows health insurance for all 88,000 agents. Glenn Sanford is on the same health plan as I am.
I just subscribed September 1st. We moved our whole family and my brother's family into this plan. And it's actually saving both our families $20,000 a year.
Wow. That's tuition for a state college. Right? Yeah. Come on now. Right? Think about that, guys. What is your brokerage platform doing for you to better your life? That's yours truly, me, my sponsor, Tracy Gagnon, in the purple, and her husband's super. I was so fortunate when they reached out to me cold turkey, but on LinkedIn 5.5 years ago. And he asked me, would I take a look at a business opportunity that's radically changing the face of real estate? And I said no, and I said no, and I said no. I'm not interested. I'm happy. I'm good. I've been doing it forever. I'm good. And then she says, Tom, you're good, but why not be ecstatic? He says, Tom, you made a promise to your mom that for the rest of your life, you would help at least 100 people become personally and financially free like you have. Managed to do it. You got a way to do it. Really. And that's my mission today. That's why I travel the world, finding rock stars to help become rock stars and live the life they want to live. In every room, in every city I go to, I find I'm looking for the one killer. I'm not looking for 30, just one killer. Because I can help that one killer change 100 people's lives with this platform. I'm not a paid employee whatsoever with the company, but I get invited to ring the bell, and we are listed to the NASDAQ. Very proud of that. Our founder, Glenn Sanford, is right there, the tall guy on the right-hand side. Our CEO, Jason Gessing, is right there. Jason Gessing was the one who secured the Bean Group.
Oh, that's it.
Jason's known them forever. It's right in Jason's backyard. They've been talking for years. And the Bean Group finally called him up and said, hey, we're ready to make a move now. Okay, we're one largest independent brokerage under the sun, 24 countries, 88,000 agents. We have an ESP commercial division. Many of you are here running the commercial division. Under the commercial division, we're about to celebrate 3 years. Okay, 3 short years, and we're already 800 agents strong. We're already profitable, unheard of in the real estate industry. Okay, we've got mentors like Keith and Daniel and Calvin who are pouring in, and Harold, right, and Carlos who are pouring into agents, just helping them thrive, not just survive, but thrive. Okay, we're HP Luxury Division. We have an agent in New York City who sold the single largest luxury brand, and a year ago he didn't know anything about luxury. Because we launched this brand, he dove into all the marketing materials that was available, and he sold a $43 million penthouse in Manhattan. And he credits that to what EXP Luxury brought to him, because no one else would show him how to do that. Okay. Revenue share, last but not least, and we're done. The company takes in 20%. The company only needs to live off of 9%. So we take the 11% and we pay back in the forms of revenue share. Okay? Every agent that you bring into the organization